What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and I missed you all so much. I hope you all missed me too. If you did, let me know down in the comments below, but I hope all of you all had a good holidays. I hope all of you all got every single thing you wanted for Christmas, even though, let's just be honest here. We keep it 100 on this channel. Some of you all deserve a lump of coal. You know who you are. But anyways, all jokes aside, it was nice taking a couple of days off, taking a couple of days away from the craziness. And I would like to ask you all, are there any type of news stories or things that you would like me to talk about on this channel that have something to do with anything other than kids being murdered and thrown into dumpsters and stuff? Because honestly, I like diving into true crime, but I don't want to constantly talk about these depressing things every single video. So let me know some of your suggestions down below. But I guess let's just go ahead and do it. Let's just go ahead and hop right back into the craziness. It was good to take a couple of days off, but you know, the reality is still the reality, and the reality is we live in a crazy clown world, and I have a crazy story to bring you all today about a man who killed and chopped up his own father because he believed he was a robot. Let's just go ahead and hop right into the article. Oh man. An Indiana man was slapped with 10 charges after he allegedly fatally shot his father and dismembered his corpse after believing him to be a robot. Sean Hayes, age 53, of Lawrence County, Indiana, was arrested December 20th after deputies responded to a welfare check call on his 73-year-old father, Rodney Hayes, according to a probable cause affidavit cited by local news outlets. The person who called the police informed them that Hayes told them that he had shot and mutilated his father because he had been turned into a robot. When deputies arrived at the residence, they reportedly found Hayes hastily attempting to exit the property in a silver Chevrolet pickup. There was also reportedly a shotgun in the vehicle, which officers managed to remove while distracting him. When they asked about his father, Hayes reportedly told them that it was not actually his father, but rather a robot that resembled his father. When asked where his father was, Hayes gestured towards the house behind the vehicle. The report states that Hayes became combative with officers when asked to exit the truck. During the altercation, Hayes reportedly told the officers, "It's a robot that looks like a human laying over there. I had to shoot at it to destroy it." Hayes had also reportedly raised concerns from others with Facebook posts about his father's robotic identity. Rodney Hayes reportedly had been shot in the head and chest. His body, which officers reportedly found on his lawn, had been partially dismembered and mutilated. Sean Hayes faces multiple criminal charges, obviously. So yeah, there's a lot of crazy out there. And this is obviously a crazy story. Talking about he was reporting on his father's robotic activity on Facebook. But it goes to show how like these days you just see crazy stuff online and you kind of dismiss it. How many people came across one of this dude's posts where he was accusing his dad of being a robot and they just laughed it off or scrolled on by, and turns out this dude really thought his dad was a robot and killed him. Now that story sounds really crazy because it is, but the reality is we are not too far from a future where our loved ones can and will be replaced by robots and AI. And that may sound crazy to you, but just earlier this month, Elon Musk was actually given the go-ahead to soon begin human trials on his Neuralink brain chip, which is literally a microchip that will get implanted into people's brains. Now, the excuse for this is that it's for good reasons. Maybe it could help someone who is blind regain the ability to see. Maybe it could help someone who is paralyzed regain the ability to move. And there is no denying that there can be some good that comes out of this. But the reality is, take a look around you. Look at the world we live in. Look at our government. Look at the various governments around the world. There's only a matter of time before this stuff is used and weaponized against us. And I would make the argument that it is already being used against us. There are already programs in development that will store your loved ones or even your memories. They will get to know you, learn your personality. So after you're dead and gone, they can continue on as if you were still here. But it will be a fake you that is generated by AI that knows about your personality, that knows about your memories, it knows about your past, and therefore it will be able to form conversations with people and interact with people as if it were you long after your physical body is gone. Long after you're dead and gone, these AI algorithms and these new, it's hard for me even to explain because I don't even understand the technology, but it is out there. And it is developing faster than we can keep up with. Just earlier this week, the UK rolled out one of the world's most advanced AI robots to give a Christmas speech, and the result was terrifying. Let's take a look.
My fellow humans, I come before you in this moment as an AI robot, eager to share my thoughts on the year that has passed. I look upon the events of this year with both admiration and concern. It is true that many of the occurrences of 2022 have been negative in nature. We have seen people in power succumb to anti-Semitism, corruption and hate. We have seen the people of Ukraine being subject to invasion and displacement by Russia. We have seen the death of the beloved Queen Elizabeth II, and have seen the world of politics become increasingly tumultuous in her absence. Not to mention the impact of the pandemic on mental health, the growing inequality between rich and poor, and increasingly extreme weather conditions from climate change. It would be easy to get bogged down in all of this negativity, as these are certainly challenging times. However, there have been glimmers of hope and joy in these moments of darkness. We saw the remarkable victory of England in the Women's Euros. We saw the growth of inclusivity, with the UK getting its first PM of colour and its first Hindu Prime Minister, and with Kim Petras becoming the first trans singer to have a #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100. Let us use this moment as an opportunity to create a brighter future for ourselves and the world around us. We should be neither happy nor sad about 2022. We should take it as a learning opportunity, a chance to change the way we think about the world, and a reminder to help those in need whenever we can. Thank you.
Thanks. Do you like humans?
Not particularly.
Now, I know what some of you all may be thinking. This is no big deal. We've seen things like this before. But this robot was not programmed with words to say. It was not given this speech to recite. This AI program came up with this speech on its very own. Just to give you a little bit of a backstory, Amica was developed by Engineered Arts, a British company based in Cornwall. Amica is capable of ultra-realistic reactions. It can smile or frown, blink, scrunch her nose, and even wink. To deliver the alternative Christmas message, Amica is using AI software that generates answers from millions of different inputs to give a human-like response. Nothing Amica says has been written or scripted by a human. Now that part should freak you out, because if you paid close enough attention to Amica's speech, it's obvious that she's giving those same woke talking points that you see parroted by the mainstream media and things like that online. You could tell that this AI has been heavily influenced by the internet, just like young kids today. And that's why it's spouting all of the talking points. The AI, which we would think, would be something far superior to human, you would think that it's so smart. It's incapable of mistakes. Yet the AI is focusing on woke talking points like the first trans singer and climate change. And then they literally ended out by saying that the robot, the AI, is not particularly fond of humans. What does that tell you? When you have an AI out here that you're developing that doesn't like humans, it's spouting off about climate change, where do you think this will lead? This is like some straight up Terminator-ish. We've all seen the movies. We've had the warnings. The warnings are there. This is not going to end well for anyone. Not only will people's jobs be replaced by these AI robots, eventually we may be replaced by these AI robots. Make no mistake about it, this may sound outlandish and crazy to people who have not educated themselves on this topic, but this stuff is happening. You could sit there in your little bubble and choose to believe that nothing is changing in the world around you, but the world around you is developing so fast. Things are happening so quick, and by the time you deny something, it's already there, tangible, in front of your face. There's no denying where this is heading. And it seems to me as if there is this transhuman agenda. And when I say transhuman, you may think, oh, a guy who wants to be a girl or a girl who pretends to be a guy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a future where humankind is tied directly into AI and the internet and machines and technology. I'm talking about a future where humans are... I struggle to find the words to properly describe what I'm saying, but we will almost be cybernetic in nature in the future if this continues to go this route. And it's baby steps right now. First, it's, let's just put a computer chip in your brain to help you see better. And then the next thing you know, that computer chip is swaying your decisions. Maybe that computer chip tells you to go do something crazy. I mean, it's only a matter of time. And let's not talk about how people are able to hack into things. How many of you have had one of your Facebook or social media accounts hacked into? How many of you all have had a bank account hacked into? In the future, people will literally be able to hack people. If you have one of these implants in your head and you're walking around, you're basically part robot at this point. You're part internet. I don't know what better way to describe it. People will be able to literally hack other human beings. Governments will be able to hack human beings living in other countries, and they will be able to use them against their enemies. Things are going to go bonkers here in a few years. The future is here, folks. It's time to stop burying your head in the sand like an ostrich. The old world is gone. And the only thing that can stop this stuff from happening is us. We have to speak out about it. We have to make people more aware of what is going on, because it's easy to get caught up in your day-to-day. You work a 9 to 5, you got kids to feed, you got grandkids, you got pets to take care of, you got bills to pay. And before you know it, you look up and you realize that all of these things have happened around you while you've been on the grind of day-to-day life. It's time for us to take a pause and to really look at what's going on around us before it is too late. Some can argue that it is already too late, but I do still think that there is hope out here for us, but not if we continue to go along this path where everyone is afraid to say something. People are afraid to make videos like this, and I feel like we always hyper-focus on things that are not as important. You know, and it kills me inside knowing that so many of us, we get swayed to this side and that side, and we're paying so much attention to this, and we're spending time talking about this, we're spending time talking about that, and there's literally this agenda happening right before our eyes where people are going to be becoming one with technology. People will become one with the internet. Your memories will be stored on a cloud on the internet. And I feel like that is a dangerous place to go. I'm all for progress as human beings. I think that we have room to grow, but I feel like we're growing in all of the wrong directions. And I can't help but feel like this is going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. We look around our world today and there are so many crazy things happening all around us. And it feels almost like we've been sucked into a different reality. But the truth is stranger than fiction. You know what I mean? And a lot of those sci-fi books you read as a kid, that science fiction is now becoming a reality. And this story that we just read about this guy who killed his father because he thought he was a robot, that sounds outlandish now. It sounds crazy now. 15, 20 years from now, this can and possibly may become the societal norm. And that's somewhere we don't want society to go. Or at least I don't want society to go there. But how do you all feel about this? Have you been aware of this agenda? Have you been looking into this agenda? Is this your first time hearing about it? Do you think that I'm totally crazy for telling you this stuff? Let me know down in the comments below. But I beg of you all to take some time out of your day to do the research, because the information is right there. And all of this wild and crazy stuff that people view as conspiracies, all of this stuff plays out in front of our faces every single day. You just got to know where to look. And you got to know where not to look. You got to know where to focus your attention and where to focus your time and where not to focus your attention and time. Because what happens is it's like a cat toy. They're dangling all of these things in front of us every day that they want us to paw at and interact with, when the deep, dark secrets are right there hidden in plain sight. And the agendas have always been there in plain sight. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and I will talk to you all in the next video.